The Ninja AutoBarista Pro. It's a great machine. It's supposed to handle everything automatically. And it's a machine I like. It actually does a pretty good job. But nothing's perfect, and that's normal. It's a machine. It doesn't test the coffee. You do. After weeks of testing and using the machine, I've identified 5 really easy mistakes to make with this machine. Some of them are pretty counterintuitive, especially the difference between the intensity and the shot count. We'll go through how to avoid them, what to correct, and how to get a more balanced, better espresso. Hi everyone, my name is Colin and welcome on Cafe Lista. So the mistake number 1, probably the most common, the more important, it's blindly trusting the grind IQ. And it's a mistake I've made for quite a while. The machine has 50 grind positions, so that's pretty good, and will automatically adjust the grinder. So it's very convenient, and in most cases it lands in a very reasonable zone. But it's still just a starting point. The grind IQ analyzes what happens during the extraction, but the machine, as I told you, doesn't test your coffee. It doesn't know if you prefer something more concentrated, if you want something with more acidity, or if you don't like bitterness. Depending on the coffee you're using, the suggested settings can still be a little too coarse or too fine. And there is a way to adjust that. It's not very easy to find it. It's not very easy or intuitive to adjust it. I'll show you how you do that. For me, my espresso was lacking a little bit of body, so I wanted to grind a little bit finer. For that, you go on the settings menu. See, it kind of gives you a headache the way it goes really fast. It's not really clear. This machine is amazing, but the settings menu is really not well made. So settings, and then we will go on number 11, the grind size offset. And be careful here, the direction is also a bit counterintuitive. -1 or -2 will tighten the burr and gives a finer grind. +1, +2 spreads the burr apart and gives you a coarser grind. So remember that if your coffee flows too fast and lacks body, try -1 to start. If it flows too slowly, if it turns too bitter, try +1. Don't forget to pull at least 2 comparable shots before judging. The first one may still contain some grinds from the previous settings, and it might take a little while. So remember that the grind IQ gets you into the right zone, then your taste will make the final call and you can adjust it properly. Speaking of settings, if you want to really master every settings on your super automatic machine, I have prepared a free guide. The link is in the description. You can go check it out. Now, the mistake number 2, confusing the intensity and the shot count. It's another pretty common and misleading settings. We have 5 little bean icons here, but they don't directly change the coffee dose. This is what Ninja and the AutoBarista call the intensity. On the espresso, what they do is they will change the amount of water pushed through the puck. I will put the table here so you can remember. But keep in mind, at 1 bean, the machine brews a much longer coffee, a ratio sometimes to 1 to 5. And at 5 beans, it drops around a ratio to 1 to 2. So the proper one for an espresso. Something shorter and much more concentrated. To actually increase the amount of coffee, you need to select a double or the triple shot. This is right underneath. Personally, I would advise you to start at 4 beans for the intensity, which is a pretty good ratio, and shot number 2. And if you start playing with those settings plus the grinder, you can achieve a really good espresso with the machine. Just remember this. The shots mainly determine how much coffee you use, and the intensity determines how diluted your coffee will be. Third mistake, constantly switching coffee. So this one is not really the machine itself, but the way to use it. As you know, the AutoBarista Pro has 2 swappable hoppers, so that's really handy for keeping a classic coffee, a decaf or something else. But that doesn't mean this machine is ideal for testing a new 250 grams every 3 days, for example. Why? Because whenever you switch coffee or bags of coffee, you need to rerun the grind IQ. We've seen that in the mistake number 1. The machine may need several shots to find its zone, usually 2, 3 shots, but sometimes more. That could go, and I have experiences like 5, more than 5 shots. With a double shot around 18 to 20 grams and a 250 grams bag, that would give you 12 to 14 drinks in total. And if you use 5 or 6, you're almost half of the package just for calibrating the machine. So my advice here is simple: find a coffee that you like before and buy it with at least 500 grams or even better 1 kilo. Keep that coffee as your reference for a few weeks. This way the machine will calibrate it properly, it will adjust properly, and you will find it much easier to learn how to dial in after and to get a really good cup of coffee. Just to be clear, this doesn't mean the grind IQ needs a full kilo to learn. The kilo is mainly, or the 500 grams, is to absorb the beans used during calibration and to give you a more baseline to work from. The mistake number 4 is to put right away the milk on high temperature. And after all, who wants a lukewarm cappuccino? It's not really good. So picking high just because you assume hotter means better, sometimes it's not the best. The milk too hot is less pleasant to drink right away and can lose some of its sweetness. So I would recommend starting here on medium. How do you do that? Same idea. We will go in the settings and we will choose the number 4. Here you can adjust. You have 3 positions, so low, medium, high. I'll show you here, so I will put it on medium. During my testing, this setting gave me a drink that was hot, but that kept that sweetness, that silkiness. If you're still with me and if you learned a few things in this video, please leave a like below, and if you like the channel, you can subscribe. It really helps me to continue to make more videos like that. Thanks a lot for your support. And now the last mistake, the number 5, would be removing the milk jug, the carafe, before the steam stops. And it's also a very easy one to make. We tend to remove sometimes the carafe as soon as the steam stops. After all, we assume that the milk is ready and the machine doesn't need it anymore. But on several milk-based recipes, the program isn't actually finished yet. A lot of the time, the machine textures the milk first, then start the espresso. And during the extraction, it can briefly kick the frother back to maintain that texture. So if you put the carafe too early, you risk interrupting the recipe and disrupting the last step. How to prevent that? Pretty easy. Just leave the carafe in place until the machine is fully done with the drink, until the program is done. Don't rely solely on the steam stopping. The AutoBarista Pro is highly automated, but as we've seen, automatic doesn't mean you shouldn't understand what's going on. You want a balanced coffee, you want to use the grind IQ as your starting point, then adjust the grind, the dose and the intensity separately. This way you can make an amazing shot. That's really where this machine shines and really outperforms a lot of its competition in the super auto segment. If you already use this Ninja, tell me in the comments which setting gave you the most trouble and which tips do you use? I'd be curious to read that. Don't forget, if you want to go further with picking your beans and dialing in your machine, the free guide is in the description. And don't leave yet, I'm pretty sure you will love the video that will come here. As always on Cafe Lista, I hope you'll have a good week. I'll see you soon. Ciao.